But to understand where this popular genre of games came from, we have to go all the way back to 2008. A user by the name of Hubert Rubert creates what is possibly known to be the first ever tycoon, Bread Factory Tycoon. But because of the long passage of time, it was hard to pinpoint a date when the game was made, as the original game was changed to a mini golf game. However, by looking through an old Roblox blog post on a fan-made WordPress site, the creation date of Bread Factory Tycoon can be determined to be the 21st of January 2008. The game and its mechanics were ahead of its time. In Bread Factory Tycoon, it was simple. You had two jobs, one being a repairman and the other being a baker. The concept being used there is still seen today amongst most present tycoons. You buy machinery, they drop items, and the items are sold for money, and with this money, you can go and upgrade your facility, basic tycoon functions that everyone knows. Although this game was kind of a co-op, as you needed the repairman to fix damaged structures in your base, this could also be considered the first ever two-player tycoon, although you can still work as a baker without a repairman. But later on, in 2008, a tycoon which was specifically designed for two players would emerge. Two-player Company Tycoon by BrickBuilder74. This tycoon would require the full cooperation of a boss and an employee, increasing the popularity of what would perhaps be the most popular genre of Roblox games. Tycoons would continue to improve and gain traction with better concepts, better builds, and even some of them would have their own lore. And even if some of those concepts are just pure the tycoon which gained traction was Your Store Tycoon by Duet1, and it was special because it would be the first ever sandbox tycoon game. Pool Tycoon 4 would also release in 2008, and it would be incredibly popular, with updates still releasing to this day, 16 years later. With this increase in popularity, multiple other tycoon games would be created. 2009 to 2010 would be the golden age of tycooning, and yes, I just invented this word right now. I joined Roblox in 2016 as a guest, and had my first account somewhat in 2018. Playing tycoons was one of my favorite things to do in Roblox at the time, and one particular tycoon which stood out for me was Treehouse Tycoon, even though the game itself was made in 2010. I enjoyed every bit of it, from building, to buying, to exploring the map. It was a sensation which made me feel like a proud father, growing my own base and watching it flourish. It kind of reminded me of Minecraft. Other important games from that time frame would include Build a Kingdom Tycoon and Miner Tycoon. All of these games were just purely made for the fun of it. There were no shitty game passes that you had to buy to improve your base. There were no annoying pop-ups. Everything was just simple. In 2016, Superhero Tycoon 2 would release, which was, and still is, the most popular Roblox tycoon ever, gathering over 2.2 billion visits. This game is what changed history for Roblox Tycoons in my opinion, as from then onwards it would make tycoons impact the new generation of children.
Skibbity toilet. George, you are 14 years old.
I would get hooked up to the new sets of tycoons that were being made, and thousands of videos would be made out of this one single tycoon. A unique feature this tycoon would have to be the introduction of multiple crates randomly spawning across the map. These crates would give you sums of money at random. And shit would just change forever. From low quality static simple builds with more elegant, detailed structures and better functions. However, things would take a large turn. In terms of creativity, tycoons would plummet, as you'd constantly have rip-offs, and developers would just spit slop in your face, added with cheap 2017 YouTuber outro music. I think this change can be spotted around 2016, when Superhero Tycoon 2 would release. Maybe tycoons still might not be the same. Boring and time-consuming for most people, not as enticing for people my age. Oh yeah, not just to mention the many fucking game passes added. I still remember the first tycoon game I joined back in 2017, and I didn't even know it was a tycoon game. Hell, I didn't even know what a tycoon was. I just wandered around the map, listening to the music and wondering what makes this game special. Aside from using pay-to-win function that basically meant I couldn't play the game unless I had Robux at me. That still didn't stop me to Google search Tycoon and uncovering something I would forever cherish in my childhood memories at the time. And it really pulled me back into a world where everything was simple. Everything was easy.